Guys, you guys know the crazy stuff that's going on with Diddy. So, we know Diddy was acquitted of the sex trafficking charges and racketeering charges. Guilty on the Mann Act, transportation to engage in sexual whatever. So, guys, you guys remember when Agnifilio, that's Diddy's lawyer, one of the best lawyers, when Diddy was acquitted, Agnifilio said, let's release Diddy right now, today. And the judge was like, so are you saying he should walk out of the door? And Agnifilio said, yes. But this is the thing. The judge later turned down that and stated that Diddy was already a violent guy, it was shown, and the defense used that to their advantage. Now it was to their disadvantage, and the judge denied Diddy bail, and the reason was because he had this violent nature or this violent past or whatever. So in that case, there were, I think, like 3 or 4 victims or something. I think we can quickly search that. How many victims were in the Diddy case? Let's see. Trying to go into so much things, but I think there were like 3. There was Cassie, this is Diddy here, there was Cassie, and then there was Jane Doe, we all know 50 Cent's baby mom, and then there was another woman, I think her name is Gina something. So guys, let's see if you can get Gina's photo. Gina, remember, Cassie wrote to the judge and said, Judge, please don't let Diddy out. Diddy is a violent man. Diddy is a violent man. Diddy, and other victims wrote to the judge and said, don't let Diddy out. We don't like this guy. He's dangerous. He's a billionaire. Now, remember, the third victim, she was supposed to testify against Diddy. But what happened? She didn't show up in court. Let me see. Diddy's ex. Diddy's ex. Let's see if we see. Yeah, so this is her. Apparently, she was among the first people to ever say that Diddy had done anything to her. This is her. This is her here. Let's see if we can open a bigger picture. So guys, this is the woman here. And apparently, what happened is, she wrote a letter to the judge. She wrote a letter to the judge like a week or 2 before. This is her here. She told the judge, hey judge, Diddy's a very good guy. Remember, she was a state witness. She was supposed to be a state witness. But I think she was playing the long game because, trust me, most of these females with this kind of guys know what they're in for. They're ready for that. So all this Cassie and all this, I know it's bad what he did. Diddy is not a good guy, but listen, I don't know what you guys think, but I don't think somebody can abuse you for like 10 years, your boyfriend. I feel like if somebody does that, you're supposed to step away or just leave him. Not unless this person is holding you hostage. And that is why Diddy was not found guilty, because Diddy never held them hostage at one, never. They could leave anytime. They were in love with the lifestyle. That's what kept them there. She wrote a letter to the judge and said, Diddy is a very good guy. Please give Diddy bond. Please give Diddy bail. And also remember, she did not testify. She did not even turn up to say a word against Diddy. Let's
Criminal case just went Diddy's ex-girlfriend Gina Hune, which was victim number 3 in the federal indictment, who went MIA during the criminal case, just went to bat for Diddy. Because, you know, right now they're really trying to get him out on bail. That's what they're fighting for.
She's trying to look like the one who she read till the wheels fell off. You understand? But boy, Diddy's coming home now. Everybody's now. That's what's up.
Fighting for. So she wrote a letter to the judge supporting Diddy, basically saying that she's known him for years, that she's mostly seen him as a father, a family man, a businessman, and not a criminal. Says their relationship had its ups and downs, but when Diddy made mistakes, he was willing to acknowledge them and make better decisions moving forward. And I find this interesting, Rosenberg, because this is the same one who was on Gossip Podcast.
But see, this is the funny thing. The side chicks always ride out. So should we love our side chicks more? Is that a question? Because listen, the two main chicks testified, and they wanted Diddy to lose his life and his billions, and they were the ones benefiting from it. Listen. Jendo, 50 Cent's baby mom, was on the stand testifying against Diddy so that he can lose his life and his billions, while at the same time Diddy was the one paying her rent. Ladies and gentlemen, Diddy was the one paying her rent. So the side chick is the only chick that didn't fold. But remember, the side chick was again the first chick who went publicly accused Diddy of, anything violent and of that matter in the relationship. But when it came to the police and she didn't want no part of it, it's like she had seen Diddy win it or anything. So I don't know.
Podcast talking about the abuse that she went through when she was seeing him.
Now she defended.
I was explaining it to Shadi, and Shadi was like, wait a minute.
Sounds like a payoff to me.
Wait, so she had been outlining what had happened, and now she says she needs to make better decisions?
No. She's just basically painting him as like a good standing human being. Like he's made his mistakes, but she's seen him, you know what I mean, acknowledge his mistakes. And it just sounds like, oh, come on.
She said
I'm
he's
sorry.
a changed man. But before she was bashing him. And now she's trying to testify like, free this man, he's different now.
Like she was on all the podcasts, like I think Tasha K was one of them. And so she had been vocal about her abuse, you know what I mean, that the abuse that she went through, and then she disappeared.
Now there are two versions of this though, and I know anytime we throw out multiple things when you're talking about one of these stories, it's like it can sound like you're being a defender of the accused abuser, but I'm just throwing this out there. There's also the possibility that at the time she was going for it, because we know, guys, that Diddy did some bad stuff. We also know.
Again, I was also saying that I'm not sympathizing or defending Diddy in any way. No, I'm not. All I'm saying is what he's saying.
Also know that people jumped in who Diddy didn't do bad stuff with, but they may have had an interaction and were like, I can get paid. And if it didn't work out and they weren't able to, it didn't go the direction they want, and now Diddy's not going to jail, they're like, let me go ahead and clean this thing up real quick. And
100%.
that is going to happen. You know what I mean? And that's not to discredit any of the people who were legitimately harmed, but like, once Tony Busby's involved, there are going to be lots of people coming out of the woodwork, and they're not all going to be legit. I'm sorry. I know we have to decide that it's all or nothing, and everyone accused of everything, of something, it means they did everything, but it's not necessarily.
But guys,
necessarily true.
I also look at it like, oh man, if this man is free, I need to make sure that I'm good.
That's what I mean.
Right.
But and I don't necessarily it's not.
It doesn't mean it's not true. It just means let me clean it up. Sure.
Right. Let me make sure I'm not a target for anything. I don't know, but it all sounds so crazy to me. Like this trial makes my head hurt. Very much so. But that's your flesh and light report.
This is the craziest trial I think
have we gotten any new things? Like, do we expect that they're in the immediate there are going to be any sort of more trials, or not that we know about it as of right now?
I think right now they're just trying to fight for bail, because I think his sentencing is in October, early October. I don't know the exact date from the top of my head, but so at first they were like, nah, he'll do his time until, he'll stay in jail, but now his team is fighting for him they want him to just spend the rest of his time in his mansion in Miami on house arrest until sentencing. So he's trying to get out on bail.
Mad, guys, mad. You see, that's the movement, man. That's what's happening, man. All right, guys, I'm out.